Welcome to the deep dive. We take your sources, and today it's a really, really comprehensive look at one person, and we pull out the most vital bits of knowledge, the key insights, basically giving you a shortcut to being seriously well-informed.
Yeah, getting you right up to speed.
Exactly. And today, oh man, we are diving deep into a life that just completely defies any easy label.
Yeah.
We're talking about someone who's managed to be like a pioneering gangster rapper,
Right.
and then a really controversial heavy metal frontman, and then a beloved TV detective for, what, decades now?
It's incredible.
Plus a reality TV star, often all at the same time. So the big question is, how does one person navigate all these totally different, sometimes clashing worlds and stay so relevant for so long?
It is an amazing journey. It really is, like you said, a masterclass in adaptation, in being authentic, and just sheer staying power. And that's exactly why our deep dive today is all about Tracy Lauren Merrow, who everyone, of course, knows as Ice-T. He's way more than just an artist, you know. He's this cultural force. His unique brand, it's left a mark on basically every medium he's touched.
Yeah.
Always reinventing, but always somehow undeniably Ice-T.
So our mission today is to kind of unravel that complex tapestry for you. We want to give you the crucial insights into how Ice-T became this enduring cultural icon. We've really dug into a single massive source. The Wikipedia entry on Ice-T.
It is packed.
Oh, it's a gold mine. Seriously, we're going to pull out the most unexpected twists, the surprising facts, and really get into the grit and the ingenuity behind the legend. This whole deep dive is designed to give you that shortcut. You'll understand the strategic pivots, the principles he stuck to, and just the sheer audacity behind his career. So get ready, because this is going to be fascinating. Okay, let's unpack this incredible story, starting right at the beginning. So Tracy Lauren Merrow, born February 16th, 1958, in Newark, New Jersey. His family background sounds pretty rich just in terms of American experience. His dad, Solomon Merrow, from Virginia and Philly. His mom, Alice, from Louisiana, both African-American.
Right. And Ice-T himself has mentioned the differences, in their complexions. His dad darker, his mom lighter. He even compared her looks to, like, Dorothy Dandridge or Lena Horne. Pretty striking.
Wow. And his dad, Solomon, he was a conveyor belt mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Worked for the same company for decades. Sounds like a stable working class foundation.
Definitely. But what's really foundational, I think, are those early life experiences.
Yeah.
How they shaped his whole worldview, his resilience.
Yeah. How so?
Well, when he was young, the family moved to Summit, New Jersey, which is, an upscale suburb. Big contrast to Newark.
Okay.
And it was there he was only 7. He had a really profound, direct encounter with racism. He saw his white friends saying racist things to other black kids.
Oh, wow. At 7.
Yeah. And he realized they probably didn't say it to him because his lighter skin maybe made them think he was white.
Oh.
So he told his mom. And her response was just incredibly simple but powerful. She said, "Honey, people are stupid."
Huh. People are stupid.
Yeah. And he said that advice just stuck with him. It taught him how to control how other people's negativity, their ignorance, affected him. It was like this early tool for emotional self-preservation. Really shaped him.
That's a heavy lesson for a kid. But his early life, it was also marked by some really deep loss, wasn't it?
Oh, tragically so. His mother, Alice, she died of a heart attack when he was just in 3rd grade.
Oh, man.
Huge loss. So for the next 4 years, his dad, Solomon, raised him as a single parent, sometimes with help from a housekeeper.
Right.
But then, when Ice-T was only 13, incredibly vulnerable age, his father also died. Another heart attack.
Wow. Both parents gone by 13?
Exactly.
Yep.
Suddenly, he's completely orphaned. And that just forces this dramatic shift in his life.
Right. What happened then?
Well, first he stayed briefly with an aunt nearby in Jersey. But pretty quickly, he was sent across the country to live with another aunt and her husband in View Park, Windsor Hills in L.A.
Okay, so L.A., what was that area like?
It was a affluent, mostly black neighborhood in South L.A. So a new home, but also a big cultural shift, new influences. He shared a room with his cousin Earl, who was apparently a big rock music fan.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, and that was his first real exposure to heavy metal, which, seems kind of funny now, knowing where he went with Body Count later. But those seeds were planted way back then.
Well, a big move geographically and then socially too, right? Into the Crenshaw district.
Yeah, by 8th grade, he's in the Crenshaw district. Went to Palms Junior High first, which was mostly white, with black students bussed in.
Okay.
But then Crenshaw High School was the opposite, almost entirely black. So he's right there at the intersection of all these different social dynamics, academics, street culture.
And Crenshaw High, that was deep in the gang culture era, Crips and Bloods. How did he navigate that?
Well, what's interesting is, despite that environment, he made some really specific personal choices. He consciously avoided alcohol, tobacco, drugs.
Really? That set him apart, I imagine.
Totally. Now, the source says he was affiliated with the Crips, but, and this is important, it notes he was never an actual gang member.
What's the difference, you think?
It suggests he, understood the codes, maybe needed some level of protection or belonging to navigate that world, but he kept a critical distance. He wasn't fully participating in the criminal side, he was observing, absorbing, which you definitely hear later in his lyrics.
Okay, this is where it gets really good. The name, Ice-T. Where did that come from?
Huh? Yeah, straight out of high school. Shows that mix of street smarts and, intellectual curiosity. He started reading novels by Iceberg Slim.
The famous former pimp-turned-author.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Gritty stuff. And apparently, Maro got so into it, he'd memorize whole passages and then recite them, dramatically, to his friends.
No way.
Yeah, and his friends would be like, yo, kick some more of that by Ice-T.
Ah, there it is. Ice-T.
Exactly. That's how the moniker was born. He even started writing his own stuff, called them Crip rhymes, performing them with other guys associated with the Crips, blending that literary influence with his reality.
That's wild. But he was in a singing group, too, earlier.
Yeah, briefly, The Precious Few at Crenshaw High, opening shows, dancing. So music was kind of there early on, even before the rap persona solidified.
Such a mix of experiences. But then he took a totally different path for a while, the military.
Right, a major detour. So he turned 17 in 75, started getting Social Security benefits after his dad died, rented an apartment, but needed more money.
Okay.
So he admits to doing some minor stuff, selling weed, stealing car stereos, but the real turning point was when his girlfriend got pregnant, his daughter was born.
Letitia.
Yep.
Okay.
And suddenly he needed to support them. So October 1977, he enlists in the U.S. Army. A pragmatic choice, really, looking for stability.
And his army time sounds like it wasn't exactly smooth sailing. There was something about a rug.
Huh? Yeah, the stolen rug incident. Assigned to the 25th Infantry Division. He and some others got charged with stealing this rug. While waiting for trial, he got a big bonus check, like $2,500, and promptly went AWOL for a month.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he came back after the rug was recovered, got non-judicial punishment. But amidst all that drama, something huge happened musically. He heard Rapper's Delight.
1979, the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Totally captivated him. He immediately started trying to rap over instrumentals. Though he did say later that the, party vibe of that track didn't quite fit his style, the stories he wanted to tell. Not yet, anyway.
And Hawaii played a big role too, right? Not just being stationed there.
Yeah, kind of ironically. While stationed there, where apparently prostitution wasn't as strictly policed, he met a pimp named Mac.
Okay.
And Mac was impressed that Maro could, quote, Iceberg Slim so well. So Mac kind of took him under his wing, taught him about pimping.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah. But Hawaii was also key because the military exchange let him buy stereo equipment, cheap. Turntables, mixer.
Ah, the tools of the trade.
Exactly. That's where he really started honing the skills. Turntablism, rapping, laying the groundwork. And then he managed to get an early honorable discharge, PFC E3. After just over 2 years, used his status as a single dad to help get out early.
Okay, now we get to this really dangerous edge he was walking, the post-army crime phase. He's been pretty open about this later in life, right? Like bank robbery.
Incredibly open.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Adam Carolla's podcast back in 2012, he talked about a bank robbing career in the early to mid-'80s, compared it to the movie Heat.
Wow.
So they were Class 1 felonies, and he was just grateful for statutes of limitations. I mean, this wasn't petty stuff. This was serious.
And the jewelry store robberies, too.
Right. Said he got back into crime with high school buddies. Their method was pretty bold. Pretend to be customers, get inside, then smash the cases with sledgehammers. Grab and run.
That takes some nerve. High risk.
Extremely high risk. Shows the kind of edge he was living on.
And his friends, didn't they end up taking the fall?
Yeah, really serious consequences for them. His friend Al P. got caught for a massive jewelry store robbery in '82. Another friend, Sean, got arrested for weed, but also for stuff Ice-T himself had stolen.
Oh, man.
And Sean, in this incredible act of loyalty, took the blame for Ice-T's stolen goods. Did 2 years in prison for it.
Wow.
Ice-T has said repeatedly that Sean's sacrifice is the only reason he got to pursue rap. felt this huge debt. It really fueled his drive.
That's heavy. And then came the car accident, the John Doe moment.
Yeah, another absolutely pivotal moment. He's in this car crash, ends up in the hospital, but he has no ID on him.
Right, no ID.
Deliberate. Didn't want to be linked to his criminal activities if caught. So he's lying there, literally nameless, a John Doe.
Yeah.
And that experience, staring into that anonymity, facing the reality of his choices, that was the epiphany.
The final straw.
Exactly. He decided right then to completely abandon the criminal life. Full commitment to making it in rap.
And he acted on it fast, didn't he? Like, really fast.
Amazingly fast. Just 2 weeks after getting out of the hospital, he enters an open mic contest under the name DJ Tracy First.
Okay.
At a club called Carolina West. And the judge, Curtis Blow.
The Curtis Blow.
Yep, and Ice-T won.
Wow. Talk about validation.
Huge validation, like a sign he was finally on the right path, a second chance, literally. This whole period, it just shows incredible resilience, doesn't it? The losses, the racism, the military, the crime, then this huge pivot.
Absolutely. It lays the groundwork for everything that follows. Shows that drive, that ingenuity to just completely change course. It wasn't just reacting, was it? He was making his own chances.
Totally. He wasn't just fearless, he was strategic. He understood how to use even negative attention, like later controversies, to build his platform, turning outrage into cultural capital. It's quite the foundation.
Okay, so criminal life ditched, path chosen. Music, let's track those early moves. Starting around 82, he jumps into the LA hip-hop scene, but it's electro first, right?
Yeah, electro was big then on the West Coast. He teams up with the producer, Willie Strong, from Saturn Records. And in 83, drops his first single, Cold Wind Madness, also known as the coldest rap.
And that one made waves underground.
Big time. The lyrics were pretty explicit for radio taking a woman to a motel, but became this huge underground hit. Really helped define that grittier West Coast sound. He followed it with Body Rock the same year. More electro, big in the clubs.
And then came the break-in connection.
Right, 1984. He's the featured rapper on DJ Chris the Glove Taylor's track, Reckless. And that song is all over the movie Breakin' and the soundtrack.
Wider audience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got a much more visibility. He was also in the sequel, Breakin' 2, with Reckless Rivalry, even though, like you said before, he later called those movies whack.
Right. But he was already showing political flashes, too.
A little bit. In the 85 movie Rappin', he performed a track called Killers. He considers that his first political rap, a hint of the commentary to come. And he was experimenting, working with Unknown DJ on stuff like Yeah, Don't Quit, which had more of a Run DMC vibe. Starting to move beyond pure electro.
Okay, now the big shift. The birth of gangster rap, for him at least. And it was inspired by someone else.
Yeah, he directly credits Schoolie D, the Philly rapper, heard his track, PSK, What Does It Mean, in a club.
What was it about that track?
Just the raw sound, the aggressive delivery, the kind of vague but potent street references, it just hit him. And right after hearing it, he went home and wrote 6 in the morning.
Just like that, in his apartment.
Yep, crafted the lyrics, laid down this minimal kind of menacing beat with a Roland TR 808.
The classic 808 sound.
Oh, yeah. That booming bass, the crisp snare.
Yeah.
It was the sound of early electro and gangster rap. Perfect sonic backdrop for the stories he was starting to tell. Raw, simple, powerful.
And 6 in the morning. That was the game changer.
Absolute game changer, even though it started as a B-side. The lyrics, that first-person story of a gang member's day, were just so violent and raw for the time, caused a stir even underground.
Controversy fueled it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Became a massive underground hit, especially on the West Coast. It's widely seen now as one of the absolute foundational tracks of gangster rap.
And he was smart about the gang stuff publicly too, wasn't he? The red and blue.
Very smart. Deliberately wore both red and blue, kept it ambiguous, didn't want to alienate Crips or Bloods. Strategic move to broaden his appeal in that really divided environment.
That street cred and strategy worked. He got a major deal.
Yeah, with Sire Records. Seymour Stein, the co-founder, heard his demo, and apparently Stein compared him to Bob Dylan.
Dylan, wow, that's unexpected.
Right, for his lyrical depth, the storytelling. So 1987, Rhyme Pays comes out, his debut album, goes gold, got his DJs Evil E, Aladdin, producer Africa Islam on board, established his sound kind of party-oriented but still gritty.
And the Colors movie theme too.
Same year, 87. Recorded the title track for Dennis Hopper's movie Colors, about LA gang life. Really cemented that connection to street narratives. Then Power in 88, on his own Rhyme Syndicate label, critically acclaimed. Another gold record. He was huge.
And getting more political.
Definitely. The iceberg freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. In 89, really hammered home the social commentary. Blending that abrasive music with these really pointed lyrics, he found his voice.
Then came the move that probably blew everyone's minds, body count.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
1991, his album OG Original Gangster has a track called Body Count. And on it, he introduces his heavy metal band of the same name.
Just out of nowhere on a rap album.
Pretty much. Revolutionary crossover.
Yep.
A black rapper fronting a metal band. Unheard of, really.
Yeah.
And he didn't just record it. He took them on tour, famously on the first Lollapalooza in 91.
Lollapalooza. So he's playing to alternative rock crowds.
Exactly. Super smart move. Expanded his appeal massively, reached middle-class kids, alternative fans, showed this incredible artistic fearlessness way ahead of the curve on crossing genres.
And he got mainstream recognition, too, a Grammy. Not for body count, though.
Right. Also in 91.
Yeah.
Won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance by a duo or group. But it's for being on Quincy Jones's big collaborative track, Back on the Block.
Ah, that massive project. With Ray Charles and everyone.
Yeah. Incredible roster. So he's getting accolades across the board. But then another body count song sparks the firestorm.
Cop Killer.
Cop Killer, the big one. From Body Count's debut album in 92, it's a rock song, not rap. And Ice-T said it was written from the perspective of a character seeking revenge on racist cops.
But the lyrics, about to bust some shots off. Pretty intense.
Incredibly intense. And the reaction was immediate and furious. We're talking President Bush calling it sickening, Vice President Quayle demanding Time Warner drop him, police unions organizing boycotts. It wasn't just song controversy, it was a national flashpoint. Police brutality, race, free speech, all of it exploded.
Did he back down?
Not at all. He doubled down defending it, told journalists it was artistic expression, a character's voice. He called out the hypocrisy like, Arnold Schwarzenegger kills cops in movies, nobody complains.
Fair point.
And he hit hard on the racial bias angle, argued it was being mislabeled as rap, not rock, because he was black. Famously said something like, the Supreme Court says a white man can burn a cross, but a black man can't write a song about a cop killer. Powerful stuff.
So what happened with the label, Warner Brothers?
Well, Time Warner, the parent company, faced immense pressure. They refused to release his next solo album, Home Invasion, because of the controversy. So Ice-T and Warner Bros. Parted ways. Amicably, apparently.
But did that hurt him?
Ironically, no. It turned him into this huge icon for free speech advocates. His album sales actually doubled. He went on Oprah with Jello Biafra to debate Tipper Gore about censorship. He became this major voice on the First Amendment.
So he eventually pulled the song?
He did withdraw Cop Killer from the Body Count album, replaced it with a metal version of his rap track, Freedom of Speech. Some saw it as caving, but he framed it as strategic, stop the corporate fight, refocus on the bigger issue of censorship itself, not just one song.
Wow. Navigating that must have been intense. So post-Warner Bros., what was the next move?
Moved fast. Signed with Priority Records, released Home Invasion in 93, and it still did really well. Top 10 R&B hip-hop, top 15 Billboard 200.
And it had 99 problems on it, the original.
Yeah, the original 99 Problems, which, of course, Jay-Z famously flipped years later, shows that lasting influence.
And he kept up the metal collabs, too. Did a track with Slayer for the Judgment Night soundtrack.
Slayer.
Yeah, Disorder. And guested on a Black Sabbath album, Forbidden, in 95. Kept building that cross-genre cred.
What about a solo rap career after that? Kept going. VI Return of the Real in 96, The Seventh Deadly Sin in 99, Gangsta Rap in 2006. That last one had a bit of cover art controversy, too suggestive for some stores. Reviews were kind of mixed on these later solo albums. Some fans wanted that earlier political edge back.
But Body Count kept going strong.
Oh, yeah. Body Count had this amazing resurgence. Bloodlust in 2017, Carnivore in 2020, and Bum Rush from Carnivore won them their second Grammy, Best Metal Performance in 2021.
A second Grammy for metal. That's incredible.
Totally remarkable. And they just dropped a new album, Merciless, in 2024. Still going.
He hasn't totally abandoned solo rap, though.
Nope. Came back with some tracks in 2019 like Feds in My Rear View, Too Old for the Dumb Shit. Still got the lyrical chops, still commenting. Featured on other tracks too, like the Slayers Club. Plus more collabs with bands like Motorhead, Megadeth. He even did a documentary about rap, Something from Nothing, The Art of Rap. The man does not stop.
It really is this story of relentless drive, isn't it? Pushing boundaries lyrically, musically, turning controversy into a platform. Just constant evolution.
Absolutely. Shaping genres, adapting, staying relevant for decades. It's a masterclass in creative longevity and impact. Not just changing with the times, but often being ahead of them.
Okay, so the music career alone is legendary. But Ice-T built this whole other massive career beyond the mic. Acting. acting. His very first movie roles, though, back in the break-in days, right?
Yeah, mid-'80s.
Yeah.
Breaking and Entering, Breaking 2. He was basically playing a rapper, a breakdancer.
And he wasn't too proud of those later.
No. He's been very blunt, called the films and his performances whack. Classic Ice-T honesty. He saw them as stepping stones, maybe, but not high art.
But then he got serious about acting in the 90s.
Totally pivoted. His breakout role was definitely Detective Scotty Appleton in New Jack City, 1991, Mario Van Peebles' film.
Huge movie, and he was great in it. Showed real dramatic chops.
Exactly. Surprised a lot of people. And he followed it up quickly. Played the gang leader Odessa in Ricochet that same year. King James in Trespass in 92 with Ice Cube. By 94, he's getting lead roles like in Surviving the Game. He proved he could carry a film.
He was also in Johnny Mnemonic and Tank Girl as a mutant kangaroo.
T-Saint, yeah, memorable roles, showing range. He became a legit screen presence.
Now, there's that interesting bit from the documentary Pimps Up, Hose Down, where he talks about his pimping background, giving him skills for business, and saying he can't act. It's all game.
Right. Super controversial, fascinating statement. It blurs the lines, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is he being literal about pimping? Or using it as a metaphor for street smarts, negotiation, reading people's skills he applied to Hollywood?
Yeah, like saying real-world hustle beats formal training.
Exactly. It feeds into that persona of the ultimate strategist, the guy who understands the game on a duper level than maybe classically trained actors. Whether literal or metaphor, it reinforces his brand.
And it definitely didn't slow down his TV career. He worked with Dick Wolf early on.
Yeah, that connection was crucial. He had a recurring role on Wolf's show New York Undercover in 95. Played Danny Court, a drug dealer.
And won an award for that.
His first NAACP Image Award. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series, 1996. Huge recognition. Then he co-created a show called Players in 97, was in The Exiled. A Law & Order movie in 98. All setting the stage for the big one.
Fin Tutuola, Law & Order. SVU.
Detective, now Sergeant, Fin Tutuola. Joined SVU in 2000, its second season, and he's still there.
It's unbelievable. Longest-running male actor on a primetime drama series in U.S. history.
That's what Deadline reported. An incredible run, speaks of volumes about his appeal, the character's resonance. People love Fin.
He got another NAACP award for SVU.
Yep, won again in 2002, nominated several more times. Consistent acclaim for that role. But beyond Fin, he's popped up in so many other memorable TV spots.
Like Chappelle's show, The Player Haters Ball.
Original Player Hater, hilarious. And the Geico commercial. No, it's Lemonade.
Instantly iconic. He's got such great comedic timing and self-awareness.
Totally. He leans into the public perception. He hosted Ice-T's rap school on VH1, teaching rich kids about hip-hop.
Right, I remember that.
Hosted the true crime show in Ice Cold Blood on Oxygen. Leveraged that persona. He even did The Masked Dancer as Disco Ball.
No way! Disco Ball.
Yep. And people were genuinely surprised when he was revealed. He was also interviewed in Chris Rock's documentary Good Hair, talking about going to school in curlers. Yeah. Just great anecdotes.
His voice is so distinctive, it makes sense he'd do animation and voice acting, too, like Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah. Played himself as an alien water tea character. His reaction on Twitter was classic. This happens with cartoonists after lots of drugs.
Oh, crazy.
Perfect. Just totally self-aware. He even came back later to voice the character's fictional father, Magma Q. He just rolls with the absurdity.
And video games, too. He's been in some big ones.
Definitely. Mad Dog in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. San Andreas, huge role.
Yeah, I remember that.
Agent Kane, Insanity. Aiken's Artifact. Aaron Griffin in Gears of War 3. Balex in Borderlands 3. Mac in Payday 3. Plus playing himself in Def Jam, Fight for NY and UFC. Tap Out. He really engages with that world.
So music, movies, TV, voice acting, then podcasting.
Yeah, jumped into podcasting back in 2013. Ice-T Final Level, co-hosted with his friend Mick Benzo. They talk issues, movies, games, behind-the-scenes SVU stuff, guests like Jim Norton. Just another platform for his voice.
And we have to mention the reality TV with Coco.
Ice Loves Coco on E! Ran for 3 seasons, 2011-2013. Gave people this glimpse into their home life, their dynamic, led to another show, Ice and Coco, in 2015. He really understands building that multifaceted public presence.
It really is incredible versatility, isn't it? And that entrepreneurial spirit, leveraging his fame, constantly trying new things, adapting.
Exactly. It shows how a strong, authentic brand, even a controversial one, can open so many doors. It's about adaptability, self-awareness, and just refusing to be put in one box. His honesty about his past, even the tricky stuff, just adds another layer to that story of reinvention.
Okay, let's shift focus a bit from the career to the man himself. Personal life, activism, that public persona he's built. He's a father, right? 3 kids?
That's right. His oldest daughter, Letitia Mero, born back in '76 with his high school girlfriend, Adrienne. Then his son, Ice. Tracy Mero Jr., Little Ice, born in '91 with Darlene Ortiz. She was on his album covers, remember?
Yeah, iconic covers. And Little Ice is involved in music, too.
Yeah, he's actually a backing vocalist for Body Count now. Was on the Grammy-winning Carnivore album, following in his dad's footsteps in a way.
And then his youngest, with Coco.
Right. He married Nicole Coco Austin back in January 2002. They renewed their vows publicly in 2011. And their daughter, Chanel Nicole, was born in 2015.
They live in New Jersey now, right? Featured on the reality shows. Kind of bringing him back to his East Coast roots.
Seems like it. But one thing about his personal life that often surprises people is his lifestyle. He's famously straight edge.
Damn.
Teetotaler. Doesn't drink alcohol. He's also said he's never smoked weed or cigarettes. Ever.
Wow. That really contrasts with the whole gangster rap image, doesn't it?
Hugely. And it's reflected in his discipline elsewhere. He does Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing. He's a big UFC fan. There's this really focused, physically disciplined side to him.
How do you think he squares that? The discipline with the rebellious image. Is it a performance or just him?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I tend to think it's just authentically him. Maybe the discipline required to survive his early environment without fully succumbing to drugs or alcohol is the root of that straight-edge choice. It's not an act. It's who he had to become. Both sides are real.
Makes sense. And activism has always been part of his platform, too, linked with Public Enemy early on.
Yeah, ideologically very close. They even called him the soldier of the highest degree in the Fear of a Black Planet liner notes. High praise from PE.
Wow.
And after Cop Killer, he really leaned into being a free speech advocate. Gave lectures at colleges about the First Amendment using his own story. Really powerful.
And his music often tackled issues directly.
Oh, yeah. OG original Gangster had tracks condemning the Gulf War, talking about mass incarceration way back then. He signed a petition for criminal justice reform in 2017. It's a consistent thread. His 1994 book, The Ice Opinion, laid out his political views, too. Criticized the targeting of Koreans during the LA riots, not afraid to speak out, even if it's complex.
He's got a sarcastic side to his politics, too, though. The John McCain joke.
Oh, yeah, 2008, joked he'd vote for McCain just because his endorsement would ruin the campaign. Sort of an inverse endorsement for Obama.
Cover.
Later, he just admired Obama for taking the shot, making it to president. And recently, 2022, he narrated an ad for Fire E, the free speech group, still championing that cause.
Of course, with a public persona like his, there have been clashes, feuds. The LL Cool J beef was a big one back in the day.
Oh, yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Apparently started because LL claimed he was the baddest rapper. Ice-T wasn't having it.
So he dissed him on Power.
Yep. I'm Your Pusher had a character refusing an LL record. Girls LGBTF was like the anti-LL love song, direct lyrical shots.
And LL fired back hard.
Brutally. Onto the Break of Dawn. Mocked Ice-T's rapping, his background, his hair, the perm. Said the Power album only sold because Darlene was on the cover. Ouch.
Did Ice-T keep it going?
Mostly ignored it, actually. Even defended LL after an arrest. Years later, Ice-T said the beef was never serious, just an exciting dispute for hip-hop. He kind of saw the theater in it.
Understood the game. What about the Soulja Boy thing? That felt different.
Yeah, 2008, more generational. Ice-T went after Soulja Boy, said he was killing hip-hop, called Crank That Garbage, compared him unfavorably to Rakim, Big Daddy Kane.
That sparked a real back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Videos flying. Ice-T told him to eat a dick. Kanye West even stepped in to defend Soulja Boy's independent success. It highlighted that shift in hip-hop sound and business.
So looking at his overall style, his influences. Iceberg Slim for lyrics, School E.D. for the Gangsta style. We covered those. But the rock influence was always there, too.
Deeply. He loves Edgar Winter, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. Said that passion for heavy guitar is why he put guitar sounds on his rap albums, even before Body Count. Wanted that edge, that power.
He definitely built on what Rick Rubin was doing with Beastie Boys, Run DMC.
Yeah.
That rock hip-hop fusion.
Sure. Though he's specific about Body Count. Calls it a rock album with a rap mentality. Not strictly rap rock like, say, Limp Bizkit or Kid Rock later. He sees Body Count as purely a rock band, which is an interesting distinction he makes. But they absolutely paved the way.
And his impact on gangster rap itself, 6 in the Morning, is seen as foundational.
Undeniably. Journalists trace artists like Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, NWA directly back to the groundwork laid by 6 in the Morning. He's a true patriarch of that West Coast sound.
And his own favorite rap albums give some insight, too.
Yeah, he's listed classics, BC Boys' License to Ill, Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full, NWA's Straight Outta Compton, Public Enemy's It Takes a Nation of Millions. Shows his taste, his roots in that golden era he helped shape.
This whole section really gets into his core values, doesn't it? How he handles relationships, politics, conflict, all while staying true to himself.
Absolutely. It shows that complexity, but also that consistency. Navigating it all with his clear personal code, it explains a lot about his staying power. Authenticity and conviction, even when it's controversial. Hashtag tag outrag outro.
Wow. What a journey we've covered today. Seriously sprawling. From that really tough start, the losses, the crime, to changing music forever, becoming this fixture on TV, being this outspoken activist. Ice-T is just something else.
He really is. Reinvention, authenticity, adaptability, those aren't just buzzwords for him. They're the absolute definition of his career. Constantly pushing, constantly being himself.
Yeah. And his story, it's more than just about him, isn't it? It's really about the power of shaping your own narrative, having the guts to evolve, but not losing who you are at your core. And maybe some serious strategic thinking, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully you, the listener, have gained this unique understanding now how talent, resilience, and just refusing to be defined by others can lead to this incredible decades-long influence across so many different areas.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Thinking about Ice-T's constant reinvention, his relevance across music, TV, everything. What does his career maybe teach you about embracing change, about keeping your own voice authentic, whether it's in your job or just your life? What's that pivot you've been hesitant about, or that truth you haven't quite spoken?
Definitely something to think about.
Something to chew on. Thanks for deep diving with us.